Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Fortitude. Today I'm doing a game as Stone's Unyielding Defiance into double adversaries. So we'll be taking on Habsburg6 and Russia level 6. Alright, let's get into the game. So we are playing this on board C and the starting explore is wetlands. Alright, let's go for a major on turn 1. Man, this is insane. This draft is insane. Okay, so I want to start off by saying that this is probably the best major draft I've ever had in my life playing Spirit Island. Indom is a proliferation, helps you unlock your tracks. Paralyzing Fright is an absolute S tier major, like skips and 8 fear if you threshold it is crazy. Unrelenting Growth as the first draft major on any spirit is pretty broken early on because you can just unlock your tracks really quick. And Power Storm is just a very versatile major that can do a lot of work. So we have multiple options. I mean, we could go for Paralyzing Fright and just keep skipping our Beastland so that we don't run into the loss condition from Russia. The other option is we could play Indom and just... let me go back actually. The other option is we could take Indom and just kind of defend and threshold it to skip all the Beastland when they come up. Unrelenting is also an option, but in this case, just because I'll still need to look for an answer to skip or like deal with my Beastlands, I'm not going to go for Unrelenting. Same for Power Storm, like it has a lot of versatility, but in this specific scenario, I'll still need to dig for an answer. So it's between Indom and Paralyzing Fright. I think I'm going to go for Indom. Just have that huge defend if needed, and also it does offer a skip if I threshold it, and I can threshold it with ease. Another thing to consider is the skip is similar to the skip from Paralyzing Fright, but Paralyzing Fright gives me 8 fear, whereas Indom gives me 3 fear, so 5 less fear, but at the same time it does help me unlock my track, so that is, I prefer that over going for straight skips. Okay, let's go ahead and forget plows. Alright, man, this is going to be a fun game. So Habsburg6 is a very manageable adversary for Stone because we can always pay for the loss condition, like this blight comes from the bag instead of our tracks. But when you pair this adversary with Russia6, it kind of gets difficult because now lands with explorers are doing a lot more damage, and I need to watch out for Russia3, like when you have 3 or more explorers in a land that becomes a ravaged land, so I need to keep track that, it's not affecting the Habsburg loss condition. And on top of that, I don't have an answer for beasts built in to protect the beasts, so I have to keep track of that. Now that we got Indom, I think we should be able to handle those scenarios. Alright, so let's begin the game. Okay, so turn 1, I think I'm just going to go ahead and throw this presence in C8. I like to throw it in C2, but I'm thinking next turn I can Indom into C5 and defend it. And I can play Jagged Shards on turn 1. Okay, it is sands, alright, so let's group up this Tahan. This is doing 8 damage, alright, we should be able to pay for that blight. Now ideally I would have gone for a miner here, but because I'm going to have to pay for a lot of blight this game, I am doing a G2. Let's throw presence into C2. Alright, so more defend is always nice. We did get Veil, which is fast Tahan movement. Also some Dahan damage, which can help against Russia, so that is also nice. Call of the Dahan Ways is nice. All of these are good cards. I think I'll just go with Call to Guard just for that bit of additional damage. Bit of additional defend. And it has great elements for us too. And this turn, let's play Indom, and we could honestly just play Call to Guard here. And that fully secures this land and gives me enough energy to pay for the blight coming on this land. So I'm actually going to do it over here. Finish gathering. Sure. Okay. Let's throw you over here. Let's pay for that blight. Here we can do 2 damage. I think I'm fine just taking out the explorers, honestly. So we avoid doing Russia6 to gather something into here. Let's gather it from here. Sure. Okay, and it is back-to-back sands. So let's do this. Let's do this. Back-to-back sands. Nice. Let's do... yeah, we definitely need to reclaim because I want to get maximum use out of Indom. And I could start going down bottom track, but I do want to really get to that 6 energy and then might as well get to the full card plays. So let's just go ahead and preemptively throw you in here because I know I'm going to eat a blight. Okay, isolate target land, then each invader does -1 damage, or we can remove blight. We also have scarred and stony land to do that. Teeming rivers. I'm kind of thinking teeming rivers just as a way to add more beasts on the board. Can be blight removal or it can be a beast add, which is interesting. Elemental Bone is actually a great card, but I don't need it because I really need to rely on my right innate to do a lot of damage versus this adversary combo. So for me, I think it's between Mez and Teeming Rivers. I think I'm going to go with Teeming Rivers here, just for that option. So I think we said we are defending this land, and then we'll call to guard there. Not call to guard, sorry. We'll play call to guard. In addition, we could just play Teeming Rivers here too. Call to guard I was just playing for the element really, to get that earth on the board. We were planning on striking back in C2. Should do a lot of damage. Just seeing if I should prioritize it. I think I can wait. Let's do it like that. Right, Indom, and we'll just go ahead and skip it so that way it won't even explore. We can call to guard there. So if the Han are present, we'll do it here. So we could actually pay for this guy. I don't know if I want to forget Teeming Rivers though. We're not going to get many minor drafts. I think we only have 1 more left. And I kind of do like the effect that this card is giving me. The thing about this matchup is I don't actually need to rely a lot on the Han. I just need to get to that max level innate and start clearing out lands. I think I'm going to do the top here. Of course it is. It was both, I think. Did I get both? Okay, so push 1 beast from a land without towns and cities. Let's move this beast out. That's kind of in the danger zone here. Maybe we can bring it more central. That way... yeah, we'll just keep it there. That's fine. let's gather the Han here in the beach land. I just want to again prioritize keeping those bees safe. Let's add a strife here. So skipped. Pay an energy. 9 damage. To push a guy will push you. Oh, wait. I think we can get some more out of this. Push you here. It should do 1 damage, right? That is because of call to guard. Does that give me an extra fear though? Yep. It does. Let's see. Okay, that's great. Sands and mountains. Alright. So let's gather... We hitting max level in 8. I think we are actually. I think we are hitting max level in 8. So I could clear out both of these lands. Or both of these lands. Need to do the standard Russia explore. Oh wait, I can just keep doing this then. Man, call to guard is insane. Because I targeted my C5, so every time I add anything it takes 1 damage and is moved. Let's do it here. Let's do it here. This is pushed. Let's push you over here. And that is destroyed. And this we will again push over here because I know this land is ravaging anyways. So we will make that a priority. So we have sands and mountains ravaging. This land is doing 4 damage. Okay. Who's doing more damage? Okay, so let us... Sands, right? Actually, you know what? I am going to throw that Badlands over here. So now if I add explorers to this land, like this, it'll be pushed right away. Because Sands has already come up as a stage 2, so I'm looking for this stage 2 card. It could be jungles, wetlands. Jungles or wetlands, yeah. Or alternatively, I could push it in C5 as well. Not push any Han, okay? Okay, let's reclaim. Let's go for a card play. We will throw you down. Throw you down over here. Sure, so we got some more. 4 elements is great, plus more beasts and wilds. This is straight fear, which can be nice. Sunsets, fire flows, not that excited. Weep can be great for fear. I think it's between shore seeds and portents of disaster. I think I might just go for portents though, because we do want to start generating some fear. I think if we want to win this game, we just need to cross that terror level 3 threshold. But the thing is, if I draft another major, like this has some great elements for thresholding it. I'll still go for portents. Let's play Endom. Let's play Call to Guard. Again, we need to play 2 more Earth cards and we should be maxing out our innate. On 2 separate lands. Okay, the only other card I could have substituted was Stubborn Solidity. Maybe I do play it. Stubborn here. Actually, I could just play Indom over there, right? So then I don't need Stubborn for that. That is true. So then I will play Jagged jagged shards. So here's my plan. So I'm doing Endom over here. Or fear, unthresholded Endom is fine, like that fear is worth it, plus it won't build. Then call to guard over here, and I'm interested in the bottom part, so damage invaders entering land, and that's why I kind of put a bad land there, so that when the town is pulled in, it'll be destroyed, or when explorers are added from this explore card, it'll also be pushed right away. So we'll keep that plan going. We'll pay for the blight, and then we'll punch back in this land. Let me see how much damage is coming in. 16, so 8, 9, 10 damage. So that technically clears the land. And this one is 12 damage, so 8. Okay, so this is also doing a lot of damage. I could instead not do it here, clear my C2, and then next turn I just do a big fight back in this land. I think we'll still just go ahead and do it here. We'll do it here, push you over here. Can use a slow power now. If I add a Badlands over here. Sure. Let's punch back here. Push you here. Sure, let's pay for that blight and pay for that blight. 10 damage. One of them we do have to push. We'll push it here. Actually, let me push it here because it should die if I do it there. Now I could force push it here. I'm just trying to decide where I want to push it. Definitely here, so it takes 1 more damage. I could just throw it back here because this land is building anyways, so let's do that. So both of these get immediately. This is such a broken combo, man. Call to guard, doing call to guard in a land with Badlands and Blight. Just this entire combo, this call to guard breaks it in half. So we need to throw some cities on the board. Okay. So Jungles is ravaging this turn. I'm gonna still kind of go ahead and throw it in here. I might have to take a loss condition. No, actually we should be good, I think. I think we should be good. Throw you over here. Now we can play Indom to skip this land. We only have 2 energy though. Man, I wish I had drafted some nice energy. Some nice energy giving cards here. We can... Well, this land is also threatened, right? Think we need to take a loss condition here and defend our beast here. Not sure. I mean, we are doing pretty good now. We just need to generate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 28, 29 fear. I know it seems like an absurd amount, but it's actually not that bad in this case. It's actually not that bad. Man, we got wetlands in both of our stage 3s. Could almost just play potents. I do want to play Scarred, but I really want to pay for these scary ravages. We could just take a blight and C4. I don't know if it's recommended, but definitely potents here. Question is, where do we endom? Do we take a loss condition on C1? Then endom their next turn, or should we just try and protect our beast right away? I think we'll just go ahead and protect our beast. I think I skipped 5 fear cards. That's crazy. So then we only need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 6. 24 fear remaining. We should have a lot of fear coming in, so we are fine. So next turn I'm going to endowment to C1. I think that is the plan. This land isn't ravaging. This land needs an answer. Relying on one of these 5 fear cards to help me with that. Or I could just do call to guard, but I kind of want to be sneaky with this card. Like use the bottom portion instead of the defend. Let's see, I definitely do this on us. And then do this. See how much damage we are returning. So 16 and 14. So yeah, let's fight back here. Let's fight back here. And we'll just do it here. It's a lot of fun. Damage invaders and entering land. Each city does +2 damage. Okay. Add a disease and then disease ignores. Okay, sure. Okay, that helps us. Two damage. So if I add a strife, we do not take a blight there. Or should I do it here? Oh, it's defense 6, so it's taking 0. Oh, okay. In that case, you could just add a strife here. Strife you. Well, that also works. Let's remove you. Chooses a different land, gather up to 2 the Han. Kind of tempted to pull my Dahan into C4. Yeah, I don't know from an efficiency standpoint what makes sense here. I think I'll just do it here. Ravage here. Let us ravage here. Even energy. 11 damage. Nice. And then 11. One guy will throw here. Even energy. Push you over here. Oh, you know what? I made a mistake. I thought I could get away. I did not see that double ravage happening, so that is my mistake. That's okay. What is giving me more fear? 1, 2, 3. We tried one more time. Let's push you here. That's about the same. So in that case, let me throw you onto C2 because I'm definitely looking to clear that city. What happens? This is skipped. I do take a very nasty cascade here, but you know what? It is what it is. I think we can. Actually, no, I'm going to go back. Yeah, that was a misplay on my part. I did not realize that wetlands was double ravaging like that, so we'll just go there. We will destroy you. Then we'll add the blight to land with towns or cities. We will add a blight here. We'll cascade here. And we get to push this guy. Okay, well. Push you over here. Okay. Okay. So we'll push you here. We will push you here. Can't believe I created kind of a pocket into this nasty adversary combo. That was totally unintentional. None of it was skill. Okay, so we are only 7 fear away from winning. That is crazy. I mean, just clearing out both of these lands should win the game at this point. Let's throw in a Badlands over here again. Let's reclaim, and I think that is the end of the game. Like, we still have so many explore cards to go, but we should be just removing this city. The only thing that can screw us is like a weird ravage skip. So I hope we don't get any of those. I hope we don't. Let's go for Indom. We will go for Call to Guard, my favorite card this game. Even more fun than Indom, just creating that land of no entry. Oh man, that is fun. Portents just for that additional bit of fear, and then we'll just play a 0 cost card here. So let's portents over here. 5. Let's Indom over here. This time I'm just going to use Call to Guard to defend this land. Finally, I'm using the actual defend portion of it. Then we will use this on ourselves, and then we will repeat it here, and we will just repeat it over here. Let me make sure there's nothing I skipped. Yep. Okay. Let's remove you. Let's remove you. Okay. Let's gather another town. This is skipped. Pay 1 energy. 12 damage. And we will push you over here. GG. One town remaining on the board. And we get to push it again. We will just go ahead and push you over here. Oh man, that was fun. What an insane series of drafts this game. I mean, just that first major draft was insane. We didn't really get to play Teeming Rivers, and then Call to Guard. I would call Call to Guard the MVP this game, even more than Endom. Oh man. And this was a misplay by me. Like, I completely missed that Wetlands was ravaging again. Yeah, I'll probably have to look at the replay of this game to see what I would have done differently. But so far, that was that was wild. Yeah, we did end up taking a lot of blight. So we have 12 blight on the island. We have 5 living the Han. We have a lot of invader cards still in the deck. 5 of them, and then yeah. So just reviewing the drafts this game. Again, that first major draft, like all 4 of those were usable. Like I could have gone for Unrelenting Growth, I could have gone for Paralyzing Fright, could have even made Power Storm work. But this is probably unlikely. Like I definitely feel that Endom was the MVP. And then later on we picked up Teeming Rivers, and then Call to Guard and Portents is also useful just for like nudging the fear deck. And yeah, it can do a lot of work, especially if we have the elements for a right innate. We can just focus on throwing this down for extra bit of fear, and then the Call to Guard kill zone with the bottom in targeting that into a Badlands was kind of crazy. That was a lot of fun to watch. But yeah, that was game. Looking at the fear cards that we earned, and the invader deck RNG. So what did we get? We got Wetlands, back-to-back Sands, back-to-back Mountains, back-to-back Wetlands, and Coastal thrown in there too. So kind of, yeah, Jungles, Mountains, and Sands, and then finally Sands and Wetlands was the build. Yeah, that was game. Yeah, I didn't know what I was expecting going into this matchup, but it definitely was fun. And as usual, Stone just pulls off really absurd combinations and shows its dominance and why it's one of the strongest spirits in the game. Alright, thanks for watching. I hope you all had fun, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.